Hello guys and welcome back to another video here on the channel. This is my voice, please do not bully me, and yeah, let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about the best loadouts to use in Call of Duty Warzone, and yeah, these are my loadouts. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So first off, we have the Grau Overkill class that I use a lot, and this involves the Grau 5.56, which I use with the monolithic suppressor, which pretty much every gun has because it's so good. As you don't show up on the radar as a red dot, which you don't want to, because then your enemies will know exactly where you are, and it also makes the damage higher at range, so why wouldn't you like that? And then I have the Tempest 26.4 Archangel barrel, which is very good because again the damage range, so this thing basically becomes a sniper but with a higher fire rate. It has improved bullet velocity and better recoil control, so it is really easy to shoot with and you can shoot very far. And on top of that we have the Commando foregrip, which gives you recoil stabilization. Recoil stabilization is actually amazing because normally you with the recoil control, the recoil, instead of going up, it only goes like a little bit further up, but that's easier to control than when it goes to the sides. And recoil stabilization actually does so that it stays more in the middle, like my mouse right now, and that makes it easier to control. So that's why I use the Commando foregrip, and it also gives you a bit of aiming stability. And next up, 60 round max, very easy to understand. It's just you don't need to reload as much, and and also we have the F-Tech R89 rubber, which is again just recoil control. And yeah, this thing is a laser at long range, and you can also use it at medium range. Next up, just is here the perks I use. I use the EOD because those RPGs, you do not want to get killed by those. And you also have amped here, so you can swap your weapons really quickly. And you also have a tracker, which you could use. I don't use it, but it is very good as well because you can see enemy footsteps. And here the Grau isn't as good at close range, so therefore I also use the MP5, which has the surprise monolithic suppressor. Merc foregrip because you will be hip firing a lot with this gun, and 45 round max again, so you don't need to reload. Stipple grip tape, faster aim down sight speed, and sleight of hand, just so you can reload more quickly. So here I also use the C4 and the heartbeat sensor to destroy vehicles and to see enemy location. Next up we have my M4A1 Class, which again has the same MP5, the same perks, same lethal and tactical, so we don't need to talk about those. The M4 I use has, if I had it unlocked, unfortunately I don't, but if I had, I'd be using the monolithic suppressor. Stock M16 Grenadier barrel is the best for this gun. I also have the Commando foregrip, again 60 round max, same as the Grau, and we also have rubberized grip tape, which also gives you recoil control, so that is very explanatory. Next up we have my favorite, or one of my favorites, which is the M13 Overkill loadout. Again, I have the same MP5, the same perks, same lethal, same tactical. Again, we don't need to talk about those again, but we have, of course, the monolithic suppressor, the Tempest marksman barrel, which also gives the same 3 as the other 2 barrels I have used until now. Commando foregrip again, 60 round mags again, but on this one, instead of using a rear grip, I actually use an optic. I use the Merc thermal optic. Here you can actually go with what you think is best, but for me the Merc Thermal Optic is very good. You sometimes see that on the legendary M13 you can pick up as floor loot as well, but sometimes I would also use the Solo Zero Optics Mini Reflex or one of the other very good scopes, but that is completely up to you. The next loadout we're going to be taking a look at is the MP7 Ghost class, which I use after I've gotten my MP7 Overkill class, which we will be looking at in a second. But first of all, here it is. I use the MP7 with the monolithic suppressor, FSS recon barrel, which gives the 3 usual best things, and commando foregrip again, and again the 60 round mag, but this time I also use the rubberized grip tape. Some people like to use a laser here, the tack laser, but for me the rubberized grip tape is the best. And yep, that is it. But for the secondary, I of course have the RPG since I use Ghost, so I don't have the ability to use Overkill, and the other 2 perks are the same as always, and also the lethal and tactical are the same. Next loadout is the RAM7 Ghost loadout. This gun is also very good at close range and medium range, but unfortunately I don't have it fully leveled up yet. As you can see, I'm only level 40 on this gun. I'm working on it though, but here you would of course want the monolithic suppressor. The last barrel here, I actually don't know what it's called yet, but I've heard that it's very good, so you should of course use it. And also I would recommend the commando foregrip, 50 round mags, and also the rubberized grip tape, along with either an optic if you are looking for that, or like a tack laser, but again it's completely up to you. The loadout number 6 is the M13 and Sniper class. So here I of course use Overkill instead of Ghost, but we here have the same M13 loadout as the last M13 loadout, but this time instead of using a rear grip or an optic, I actually use the no stock, which is amazing for extra mobility, as you can see here. And that makes this gun almost like an SMG because it has a very high fire rate, and therefore I can use it together with my sniper, which is of course the HDR with the monolithic suppressor, the 26.9 HDR Pro barrel, the tack laser, F-Tech, Stalker, Scout, and Recon perk, which actually shouldn't be the Recon perk. I don't know why I've done that. It should of course be the Focus perk, which actually makes you be able to be stable while your enemies are shooting you, which is really good because sometimes they have a rifle and you have a sniper and you still want to shoot them, but your crosshair keeps flicking upwards because they are shooting you. So this helps against that, and of course use the same lethal and tactical as always. Moving on, we have a bit more of an interesting loadout, which is actually the trolling class. I don't use it that much, but if I'm feeling like it, I will use it, so watch out. But it's the riot shield, which helps you protect against shots, and it is really annoying to play against, so that's why of course it's in my trolling class. And of course we have the akimbo pistols. They have unfortunately been nerfed, but it doesn't matter that much because when you're trolling you're not trying to win, you're just trying to troll. So yes, they're still annoying, that's why I use them. And here I actually use restock instead of Overkill or Ghost, because that means I can use stun grenades right here and also get the C4 often, like every minute you get them back again after you've thrown them. And I also use tracker here to see enemies that have been in a building or something like that. Here we have the next loadout, which is the MP5 and Sniper class. Of course I use Overkill so I can get 2 primary weapons, same lethal and perks as always, but this time we actually use this MP5 loadout right here, same as last time, and it goes together with the same sniper as last time as well, This is very good if you're gonna get into very close range fights, but also very long range fights. So let's say you're in Undertown, for example, you'll be having a lot of close range duels, but also being on top of rooftop and high skyscrapers, there will be sniper battles as well. That is a very good class if you are in Undertown. The next loadout I use quite a bit actually is the MP7 Sniper, which has the MP7 with the exact same attachments as last time and the same sniper as last time as well, with the Overkill perk. This is a very good class again because the MP7 is very good at both close range and medium range, but you also have the very long range sniper. And yes, that is the loadout number 9. The last loadout is the Sniper Ghost, which is actually only for when I have chosen either the MP7 Ghost, RAM7 Ghost class, or I've used one of these classes right here, where I then want to get the HDR sniper on top of this, so I can just pick up my MP7 instead of the secondary here, the RPG. This doesn't matter, of course, what you choose here, and that way I can still have ghost perks, because every time you pick a new loadout, the perks actually transfer to this loadout you're using right here, the current one you have selected. And yep, that was my 10 best loadouts in Call of Duty Warzone, and if you're still here, you are an absolute legend. It would be really appreciated if you would drop a like on the video, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.